Hey everyone, sorry if I'm a little stuffy at the beginning of this stream. I've done all the allergy drugs. I've tried everything. But the last thing, I just did some Flonase, and that should start kicking in pretty soon. And I'll sound a little, and you know, when I talk, I get a little more cleared up. I was thinking about Portal, and we did the Portal dev commentary mode, and somebody commented, like, you know, what about the Portal 2 commentary mode? And I think I went like, oh, you know, I don't want to do this for any other games, you know, Portal's a short game, so it's perfect for that format, and, you know, I don't want it to be such a huge, long thing. But then I was like, I don't think I've done the Portal 2 commentary mode. I think that's actually, like, one of the very few Valve games that I have not done the commentary mode for, and it has a commentary mode. So I figure, why not? I'm still in the mood to bask in, you know, 2010's Valve glory, and I'm sure plenty of people want to see this too, so let's just make it happen. We got some amazing art here from Kittle Scribbles, who's just been popping off lately. We also, I believe the mod for Spelunky is done, so next time Bella and I stream Spelunky, we will have a mod by Kittle Scribbles that will make the main character a little fruit guy. This is an amazing piece. I was talking about graffiti recently, and this really hits a lot of the different graffiti types. I especially appreciate it's classic. Whenever you see like a beautifully rendered piece of graffiti, there's always got to be some guy who comes up and like draws a mustache on it, or like some other random crafts. I like how the face has a little orange like pupils and mustache over it. There's also a lovely bell, and a Plague Doctor plushie at the top. And you got the slick guy. We got a lot of stuff in here. I love it. Great piece. And I think this is meant to evoke a specific piece of Portal 2. Let me just look it up. Portal 2 Ratman. It's like from the comic. Yeah. Okay, hold on one sec. This is a really crappy image of it, but it's the only one that's like relatively clean. Yeah, it's like the same pose. The Ratman comic is awesome, by the way, if you've never read it. It doesn't give a ton of like lore, but it's just nice. It's just a cool little thing. The iconic turning around image. Give me one moment, folks, for a little blow. Enjoy this lovely music. I'm better now. I'm all better now. I'm inflating. So thank you, Kittle Scribbles. It was an incredible piece. It's the Ratman aura farming pose. So let's kill the tunes, and this will definitely be a multi-parter. Portal 2 is a significantly longer game than Portal 1. So this will be, I know I did a Portal 2 speedrun at one point, and that was like 3 or 4 hours, right? That is one of my most viewed streams ever, like on the VOD channel. It's got like 200,000 views or something, and I have no idea why. The Portal 2 speedrun, people just went crazy for that. Have you tried Portal 2 co-op? We've done a ton of Portal 2 co-op on this channel. Lark and I have done the entire campaign, plus a bunch of community-made maps. And Bella was asking recently, she was like, you know, I'd be down to play the Portal 2 co-op with you, and I would be down too. Especially because I'm in a Portal Renaissance, apparently. But we're gonna do robot enrichment. What exactly is this? Is this gonna, like, dox me? Oh, it's the customization. God, do I still have the, like, roll cages? Because I pre-ordered the game, and you get, like, a little bonus, right? Maybe not. Maybe I somehow lost it? Oh, wait, backpack? No. Where's my roll cages? Damn it. Whatever, I don't care. don't actually care. I love that like, they like half-assedly gave hats to the robots. I kind of forgot that was even a thing. Yeah, I don't know where my Manco hat is. Okay. Let's play single player, developer commentary, nodes. I hope we get to hear Gaben say node again. They call them balloon icons. Text bubble. Okay. In commentary mode, you cannot save progress. That's a little bit assy, but I guess I'll just like cut off the end of this stream at the end of a chapter. We'll see. So I turned on subtitles in the options, by the way, and I want you guys to let me know throughout if you like the subtitles. I know it's like sometimes I talk over stuff, or sometimes like I try not to, but sometimes it just sort of happens. And there's like, you know, the in-game dialogue and also the dev commentary dialogue, so it can be kind of hard to track. Some people requested subtitles. I kind of think subtitles in Valve games take up too much like screen real estate, personally, especially when it's going to be like huge paragraphs, but we will see how people like it and move on from there. So I guess there's co-op dev commentary. Oh, well, I'll have to say that, save that for Bella. She'll love doing that. All right, sorry, spoilers. Let's do it. I'm really excited to play this. Portal 2 is a phenomenal game. Yeah, and the thumbnail for the Portal 2 speedrun VOD that got so many views is like, during that loading screen, like halfway between two, it's like halfway faded into one of the images. It's not even a good thumbnail.
Regulations. All testing candidates in the Aperture Science Extended Relaxation Center must be revived periodically for a mandatory physical and mental wellness exercise. You will hear a buzzer. When you hear the buzzer, look up at the ceiling.
Okay, I'm kind of wondering if I can just, like, not look up and get him to shut up for a bit.
Hi, my name is Gabe Newell, and welcome to Portal 2.
Hopefully he doesn't interrupt.
When we released the original Portal in 2007, it was an experiment to see how gamers would respond to a different kind of gameplay and storytelling experience. Portal went on to win a bunch of awards, sell many copies, and, most importantly, resonate with gamers in a way that no other Valve title has. The challenges for us in building Portal 2 were to live up to people's expectations.
See how huge that is on the screen?
To take you back to the world of Chell and Aperture Science, and to surprise gamers again, not with more of the same, but with more of the new. And I think it will be, mostly, a pleasant surprise. To listen to a commentary node, put your crosshair over the floating commentary symbol and press your use key. To stop a commentary node, put your crosshair over the rotating node and press the use key again. Some commentary nodes may take control of the game in order to show something to you.
There was like only like one of those in the Portal 1 commentary. It was kind of funny.
To stop the commentary. Please let me know what you think after you've had a chance to play Portal 2.
He said it.
I can be reached at GABEN.
Oh, he doesn't say Gaben anymore. Oh, my life is ruined.
I get about 10,000 emails each time we release a game, and while I can't respond to all of them, I do read all of them. Thanks, and have fun.
10,000, that's nuts. GABEN, he knows.
The writers went back and forth over whether or not Wheatley
we're going to be chilling in this first room for a while.
Before
the beginning of the game is going to be a little slow.
It was an interesting idea, and you can still hear remnants of the story arc in some of the dialogue. But at the end of the day, it was just too expansive a concept to sell.
I think I'm safe to look up.
It might not overtly mentioned until the end.
It might have paused the guy. Oh, no, he wants me to look down now. Okay.
The idea of being stuck forever in a state of stasis that looked like a crappy old hotel room had been in our minds for a long time, but we weren't sure exactly how we wanted to rip you out of it. There was some debate over whether the opening sequence happened inside the player's head or not. There was an alternate opening where Aperture had hooked up all of its cryo-stored test subjects to an incredibly boring hotel room simulator, which Wheatley would then wake the player from.
These leaves.
Eventually, this was discarded as too difficult to explain in the short time allotted, and we opted to change the hotel room to a container ride on a rail. This allowed us to show the player,
if any of this is Washington.
About how they and other test subjects have been stored, show some of the scale of the facility, and even hint at how much time has passed. We also get to gradually reveal all of this through the destruction of the container itself as it moves and bangs into things. Overall, this gives the player a much more dynamic and visceral introduction to Portal 2.
I wonder, like, where precisely on the timeline this little scene takes place, because this is, like, before the huge time skip. So is this, like, 10 minutes after the end of Portal 1? Or, like, a day after, maybe?
Please go stand in front of it.
Here's the, appreciate the art.
You will hear a buzzer. When you hear the buzzer, stare at the art.
Art appreciation speedrun.
You should now feel mentally reinvigorated. If you suspect staring at art has not provided the required intellectual sustenance, reflect briefly.
Music interrupted by buzzer. It also kind of like the subtitles like spoil the jokes, but it's fine because I've played this game a bunch of times.
Now please return to your bed.
This is before the huge bed dent shows up. The voice said I was in stasis for 50 days. Oh, I didn't even.
You have been in suspension
read
for
that part.
9999999. This courtesy call is to inform you.
Anyone in there?
Subjects should vacate the enrichment center immediately. Any test subject
Are you gonna open the door
at this time
at any
will
time?
be assumed to have exercised his or her rights
Hello?
to remain in extended relaxation.
Are you going to open this door? Because it's fairly urgent.
It cut off the subtitles for the robot voice, but it's just kept talking.
Hello, friend. Why not open the door?
And write us a letter.
Could be Spanish. Could be Spanish. Hola, amigo. Abre la puerta. Donde está? No.
Stephen Merchant.
Fine. No. Absolutely fine. It's not like I don't have, 10,000 other test subjects begging me to help them escape. It's not like this place is about to explode.
Well, I wonder how much I've never heard this dialogue.
Okay, I'll be honest. You're the last test subject left, and if you don't help me, we're both gonna die. All right? I didn't want to say it. There you go. You've dragged it out of me. All right, dead. Dos muerte.
He still thinks I speak Spanish.
Hello?
Does he just loop?
Open the door. Hello?
They recorded so many lines for this.
Open the door!
Does it, let me turn it up a teeny bit.
Go on.
I think now it's looping.
Oh, God. You look... good. Looking good, actually. Are you okay? Are you... Don't answer that. I'm absolutely sure you're fine. There's plenty of time for you to recover. Just take it slow.
Please prepare for emergency evacuation.
Stay calm, stay calm, prepare.
Remember when he was voiced by a different guy in the trailer?
Oh, you might want to hang on to something. Word of advice, up to you.
I always wondered what it would have been like if we had that other guy. I think Stephen Merchant, he did a bang-up job, though.
You alright down there? Can you hear me?
Hold on, no, let's turn it down a bit. It's a little loud.
Hello?
Alright, so we're about to go on the big, long, scripted
Most test
sequence.
Subjects do experience some cognitive deterioration after a few months in suspension. Now,
I'm looking forward to being able to do the levels.
And it's not out of the
This is like always kind of the most tedious part of replaying the game is the very beginning.
Serious brain damage. But don't be alarmed, all right? Although if you do
I don't have brain damage.
try to hold on to that feeling, because that is the proper reaction to being told that you've got brain damage. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Subtitles are different to the way he's phrasing it.
Any sense? Just tell me.
Waiter!
Just say yes.
Ding, 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 ding! Space, speak.
Okay,
Such a good
what you're
bit.
doing there is jumping.
You're jumping. What you're doing there is
but
jumping.
Never mind. Say apple.
I feel like I quote that a lot.
Okay, you know what? That's close enough. Just hold tight.
All reactor core
the best he's
safeguards
got.
are now non-functional. Please prepare for reactor core meltdown.
I love the soundtrack in this game, even though it's I don't think it's
Okay,
like
look, I wasn't
maybe
gonna
there's some
mention this
Kelly
to you,
Bailey,
but
but
I'm in pretty hot water here.
it's some.
How you doing
maybe.
down there? You still holding on?
But it's mostly it's credited to like Aperture Science Psychoacoustics Laboratory, right? Which I think is just like a big group of people. And Wheatley kind of has his own theme. It's the like dot 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 dot, and it takes many forms throughout the game.
Relaxation center stops waking up the bloody test.
Somebody pointed out to me once that it sounds like alarms, you know, which is perfect for his character.
Nobody tells me anything. No, why should you tell me anything?
So pay attention to how many times we hear that throughout the game.
Of the 10,000 bloody test subjects I'm supposed to be in charge of. Wide, close. Can you see? Am I gonna make it through? Have I got enough space?
Yeah, you're good.
Just
You're good. You're good. You're good. You're good.
And whose fault do you think it's going to be when the management comes down here?
I love how much detail you see in the distance.
Alright, so no, I hit that one.
The sequence blew my mind.
Okay, listen, we should get our story straight, alright? If anyone asks, and no one's going to ask, don't worry, but if anyone asks, tell them as far as you know, the last time you checked, everyone looked pretty much alive, alright? Not dead.
Looks like a traversable level down there.
On the other side of that wall is one of the old testing tracks. There's a piece of equipment in there that we're going to need.
You're totally safe in this sequence, by the way. You can't fall out.
This is a docking station. Get ready.
No matter how hard you try. It says like docking station below.
Good news. That is not a docking station. So there's one mystery solved. I'm going to attempt a manual override on this wall. Could get a bit technical. Hold on. Almost there. Remember, you're looking for a gun that makes holes, not bullet holes.
It's gonna be jank if I sit all the way in the back of the thing here, right? Because you get like launched out. No. I was so hyped for this game when it came out.
There we go.
And it lived up to it.
You are probably in no fit state to run this particular type of cognitive gauntlet, but at least you're a good jumper. So you got that. You got the jumping on your side. Just do your best, and I'll meet you up ahead.
I'm gonna be doing a lot of like waiting around. Oh, because I jumped. And seeing if he has like lines egging me on. There's no ceiling collision here. Fix the damn game. Fix your game. Apple. Apple. Hello, Apple. Hello. Oh, you can see right into his guts. I love looking at Wheatley's guts.
The container ride destruction sequence provided some unique technical challenges. The dynamics you experience are actually computed as two separate but nested simulations.
Oh god, we're gonna get some nerd talk here.
Simulation designed as a stress element analysis pass.
Here's the first room from the first game.
Gross motion
Welcome
of the container
back.
itself and computes the collisions and breakpoints based on path keyframe data.
Same
and a network of
clipboard.
constraints. As the container bumps and crashes along, the constraints start breaking and the room progressively starts to come apart.
No coffee cup and
there
no
are over
pod.
300 rigid bodies and 900 constraints in this rig. All individually configured for properties like tensor.
I had never realized this joke. This clock, this LCD display, is blinking 12 o'clock like it's a microwave that you just plugged in.
Friction and collision response.
That is an amazing bit.
Gross motion that captured the main dynamics of the ride, but not the fine details. The product of the course simulation was then used to deform spline-based surfaces representing the container geometry, which in turn were parents to fine debris anchored as rigid bodies.
The hazard signs are different.
As the surface deformation
There's no falling into,
anchors are
like,
broken,
look, it's
and the
falling
fine
into like a
debris
trash
are released into
destroyer.
The simulation. The fine simulation also includes the interior furniture and the model detailing.
And a
the
faith
two simulations were then connected using cache data and were driven together by a series of scripts. Due to the computational complexities of having two nested simulations, we had to come up with some solutions to some interesting mathematical problems. One problem was that the nested nature of the simulations resulted in some instability in the fine debris calculations due to floating point computational limits.
Nerd!
The solution employed for this was to compute the fine debris on a stage where the root transform of the course simulation was essentially cancelled out and stored for later use. This allowed us to more accurately detect the fine interactions between the debris and the environment. Post-simulation, the root transform position and inertia were reapplied to the details.
A missing texture.
We solved the problem of trying to compute the player within this highly dynamic
I have to know.
environment by putting them in a virtual room that has all the base shapes of the rendered container, but is simply used to compute player navigation.
Yeah, it is.
It's hidden somewhere else.
That's visible from in-game. Fix it.
The viewpoint of the player
now.
is then parented to the course simulation transform, resulting in the final rendered frame. At the end of the ride, the player is teleported into the actual game space. The simulations were iterative, enabling us to sculpt the dynamics in parallel with gameplay design. In the final product, there are over 1,200 rigid bodies, 900 constraints, and 1,000 joints. With all the iterations combined, the actual runtime spent computing the simulation was 92.4875 days.
Jesus Christ. That was a lot of info, but I grasped certain amounts of it. I've never really, like, flown around and looked around this area before. Obviously, the illusion of the space is gonna break down when we go off the orchestrated path. When I was looking at these containers earlier, I was like, what if one of them is, like, for the bird? Because I don't think they ever referenced the bird test subject again. It seems like the environmental sound effects are dynamic, which is cool. What is with this, like, battery? Oh boy. Oh, what? Look at this! There's, like, shapes in here that suggest a bed and a lamp and shit, but it's, like, fake. This is like what this is like what the underground people in the film Us. Sorry, spoilers for Us. It's what they thought a room was. This is like a what is that? That's awesome. I want to look in all of these. I wonder if that's like a scrapped, like, oh, that's like the first time we tried to design the room that you start out in. What the hell is this? Is that a shard you found? Well, shit, we should get another guy talking. If I'm just gonna be looking around like this. Here we go. Here's the... I was thinking, like, maybe, like, it says old, young, fat, slim, male, female, short, tall. And 02, 03, 2006. Is that, like, the expiration date? And look, there's, like... Packed on 2/3/1979? Chat, is this real? 1976. What the hell? I didn't know we had such specific years to go by for this stuff. That's cool. I wonder if it's even remotely possible that Portal 1 takes place in the 70s? I honestly don't know. I kind of always assumed it was contemporary for the time it came out, as many works are. I don't think that would make sense, considering what we learn in this game. Yeah, what happens if you scan the barcode? No clue. So I think the developer commentary is actually talking over... Oh shit, I locked myself out of this room. Is actually talking over... the in-game, like, robot voice, which could be good and could be bad.
Please note the incandescent particle field across
this guy.
This Aperture Science Material Emancipation Grill will vaporize any unauthorized equipment.
It looks different in this game. A lot of the stuff looks a little bit different, like the buttons and the cubes and such. I guess it's just that in the time, I don't know, it doesn't really make a ton of sense, because it's like, while you were in stasis, were they testing? I thought you, like, brought down the whole facility.
If you feel
unknown.
Down your neck,
maybe it just, like, slowly deteriorated
and apply immediate
while still developing somewhat.
You are simply experiencing a rare reaction in which the material emancipation grill
give me a moment.
Have emancipated the ear tubes inside your head.
Something that always kind of threw me in this game is that, you know, Portal 1, it's supposed to be, and in this game it's also confirmed, that you're, like, really far underground for a lot of the game. But there's always these, like, lights, and you hear, like, birds and stuff, and it's like, how did birds get down here? Maybe the bird test subject? But it failed. Maybe it died. It fell in the toxic sludge. Okay, so we got some copies of... Here's where the radio was. Some copies of old levels with slight changes.
This room is meant to teach players the fundamentals of portals,
so connecting them to two places in the world. Yeah.
As the blue portal moves around the world, the orange stays rooted. In the original portal, this room had these portals moving by themselves on a timer. This led to most people simply staring through their orange portal, waiting for the blue one to end up in the right place. We felt that altering this to make the players decide where the portals came out was more instructive, and meant that players who already knew how to use portals could solve this puzzle both quickly and with authority.
With authority.
Because of the technical difficulties we are currently experiencing, your test environment is unsupervised. Before re-entering a relaxation vault at the conclusion of testing, please take a moment to write down the results of your test. An Aperture Science
just like a chunk of stone in there.
For an interview when society has been rebuilt. If the Earth is currently governed by a manner of Animal King, sentient cloud, or other governing body that either refuses
Animal
to
King
or
turret.
is incapable of listening to reason.
I love that some of the little stick figures start praying to it instantly. Animal King takeover, public service announcement. They just thought that might happen, I guess. Animal King. I think they sold merch of that Animal King turret.
Hey, you made it. There should be a portal device on that podium over there.
This is
I can't
Japes.
see it though. Maybe it fell off. Do you want to go and have a quick look?
Oh boy. There's more like
Right,
untextured infinite tunnel
no, that's right. Over by
shenanigans going on under there. See that?
If you
That's
just
no good.
Just stand by the podium and just look up.
This is another opportunity for Wheatley to get annoyed at us. He's like stuck on the rails, poor guy. Is that it? Okay. Now we gotta jump here and jump off! Ah!
Hello? Can you see the portal gun? Also, are you alive? If that's important, should have asked that first. Do you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna work on the assumption that you're still alive.
Such a cool room. Still alive!
I'll wait 1 hour, then I'll come back. And assuming I can locate your dead body, I'll bury you. Alright? Brilliant. Go team! See you in an hour, hopefully. If you're not dead.
So here's like recap of Portal lore. GLaDOS is created. GLaDOS, this looks like that Picasso mural. It looks like Guernica a little bit, just a tiny bit. It's a dark reference, I know, but GLaDOS kills all the science team, and then the events of the first game happen, where GLaDOS has her heart broken by Chell. And who the fuck is this meant to represent, like, the Ratman? It's supposed to be that the Ratman drew these, right? I never really, like, thought about the presence of this little figure. But I think that might be Ratman. I think that might be supposed to be Ratman. He's like, because he loves the cube. And he's holding the cube, and then I guess he got the portal gun. There's all the little cores that we tore off of her. And I'm assuming this is, like, meant to represent, like, Chell flying out of the facility. Such a cool looking room where you get the portal gun, the blue part at least. They never in lore explain how, like, merging the two guns, it's like you always get two versions of the gun and, like, put them into each other for some strange reason. Okay, let's listen to this.
We thought of making a whole new character for Portal 2, but we didn't want to lose the relationship between GLaDOS and Chell that began in Portal 1.
Realm Lovejoy's back.
Once we decided to stay with Chell, we wanted to improve her look, updating her leg springs and jumpsuit
like,
to have a more
moon
functional
up there.
design. At the same time, we didn't want players to not recognize her, so we kept a lot of the iconic elements like the color orange. She has folded down her jumpsuit to show she has essentially rolled up her sleeves and shed some of the Aperture label. She is awake again to test, but stronger and more determined than ever.
I never noticed this. It's like the phases of the moon. Definitely part of an ARG. The moon is referenced frequently in this game because it's significant. Okay, thank you, Realm Lovejoy. Such a lovely name. It's just an incredible name. Yeah, here's kind of new technology that was added for this game, is seeing where your portals are through the walls. 10 and 2. It's whenever you look at like an ad for a watch, this is always how it's positioned. For whatever reason. I think there might be a reason for that, but I don't know what it is. I'm sorry, I just like looking at stuff. I'm a looker. Not a fighter.
Some emergency testing may require prolonged interaction with lethal military androids. Rest assured that all lethal military androids have been taught to read and provided with one copy of the Laws of Robotics to share.
To share. They added, you know, obviously there's a lot more characters in this game. Like, the original game basically only had GLaDOS and, like, barely Chell. Now we got not only Wheatley, but also this guy who's not really a character per se. But we got him, we got the different cores. I guess the cores were in the first game. Bird. We got Cave Johnson, we got Carolyn. I was really happy with how this game turned out. I was like worried that it might be like bad. I was very tentative about like playing it. I was excited, but I was worried.
Almost certain death. Smooth jazz will be
smooth jazz.
3, 2, 1.
It's like the announcer had like Riz there. He knew that this was a hype moment. Hey, that camera that falls onto the button is in a different spot. Fix it.
This map was one of the first of the older Portal maps that we beat up and decayed to bind the two games together. The smooth jazz joke is probably the oldest one in the game. The team discovered through playtesting that smooth jazz was funny to all ages, genders, and cultures.
Smooth jazz brings us all together. Through hatred. Error! Yes! my eyes! Here's some... I'm sure these rooms have some function. Oh yeah, they're a loading zone. Shit. Damn it. Where am I? Who am I? I've skipped ahead. No. Okay, hold on. Is this the entrance or the exit to the puzzle? What if we...
The enrichment center is currently being bombarded with fireballs, meteorites, or other objects from space. Please avoid unsheltered testing areas wherever a lack of shelter from space debris does not appear to be.
Oh, I hope there wasn't a node in that level. I don't know how to get back, honestly. I don't really... We're probably fine. It was the smooth jazz chamber. And we gotta escape using that. Actually, where is... Oh, maybe I broke it. Maybe I was supposed to get the orange portal gun, actually. No, I think this is the end of the level. Yeah, is there an autosave? No, it doesn't save because I'm in commentary mode. Fuck, man. No. Hold on. I might just reset. And then we can just skip through a few levels. With cheating. Challenge mode. What does this do? Totally bitch. Huh. I'm assuming it's just like do levels, portals, and time. Okay. I've never actually messed with the challenge mode in this game. Okay, courtesy call. We can just blip through it. I might have to wait a little bit at the beginning.
Good morning. You have been in suspension for 50 days.
I wonder what happens if you go out of bounds here.
All testing candidates in the Aperture Science Extended Relaxation Center must be revived periodically for a mandatory physical...
removed my keybind. Hold on. Okay, let's not mess around. It's kind of shocking you can touch a loading zone when you're in no clip, by the way.
and mental wellness exercise.
Oh, we're just in the void. Okay. Oh, but we just, the real thing's over here and we just get moved.
Good.
It's funny.
You will hear a buzzer.
Is that Wheatley?
When you hear the buzzer, look down at the floor.
That wouldn't make a whole lot of sense. Okay, here's the future version. And I wonder if we can just go around here and just touch a loading zone. This messes with the timeline that it's just loaded in there separately. What is this? What? Oh, this is like a skybox area, I see. That's cool getting to see all this art up close. It looks so fake like this, even though in the background in the actual cutscene it looks so real.
This completes the gymnastic portion of your mandatory physical and mental wellness exercise.
The way they look, it's like you can see the scale of it.
Please go stand in front of it.
I'm nowhere near the painting, sorry dude. Are you a loading zone? You look like a loading zone. Like, what is all this shit, man?
Please go stand in front of it.
Here's the, like, first test chamber. None of this is getting the gun, so we should be fine.
There is a framed painting on the wall. Please go stand in front of it.
Yeah, it's a 3D skybox. Valve just like does this shit.
Down your neck. Relax. Lie on your back.
And there's where it loads me in. It must like load you, like those must be the actual loading zones, and then it just like instantly teleports you somewhere else before the screen like fades in. Is my assumption. Is there a node down there? No. Node. Alright, let's do it again, baby. It might be that there's even like places I can touch that will send me back in a level.
Of Animal King, Sentient Cloud, or other governing body that either refuses to or is incapable of listening to reason.
I think we're kind of near the portal gun. Yeah. Oh, I've done this backwards. Oops. Okay. Forgive me. I will no longer touch those boxes. Like, next time you see a watch commercial, look at where the hands are. It's going to be 10 and 2 for some strange reason. Does anybody know off the top of their heads why that's the case?
All lethal military androids have been taught to read and provided with one copy of the laws of robotics to share. Good. If you feel that a lethal military android has not respected your rights as
I don't have a gun model.
Please note it on your self-reporting form. A future Aperture Science entitlement associate will
Let's see if this fixes it.
Grievance filing paperwork.
Will it, like, assemble my body properly? Yeah, Valve kind of pioneered that weird skybox method. Yeah, why don't I have... There's probably a way to toggle the, like, player model. Does anybody know?
Smooth jazz will be deployed in 3, 2, 1.
Oh. God, that is some fierce jazz. I wonder, like... Is that a real song, or did they make that? Because that's not on the OST. Okay, I'm sorry. Is there a faith plate in here? Is that what that is? Or is it just like... Is that supposed to be a button? I thought that was a faith plate.
Starting out in the ruins of the test chambers from the first portal was our goal pretty much from day one. We wanted to give players a sense of nostalgia for what they had played, but also make it very clear that things had changed. Not only in a fictional sense, but in a graphical one as well. We needed to bridge the gap between the first game's simpler art assets and the much more complex look of Portal 2.
Solving this puzzle in a different way than we did originally, I think. No, we had the portal gun the first time. What happens if you try to, like, trap yourself in the room... Whoa. In this one.
Great work. Because this message is pre-recorded, any observations related to your performance are speculation on our part. Please disregard any undeserved compliments.
I guess with the way stuff is configured, you can't. Because it's up there. Okay. Bravo, Vince. Bravo. Here's where we shatter the glass. Okay, I'm trying. This better not fuck up my game. Damn it. Ugh. I knocked over my Flonase. Well, we're gonna hope that when I pick up the fully functional portal gun, it fixes this. I don't know why this would be broken. Surely there is some technical reason. But I don't know why it would do this. Some more rat. Unreason. This game's like Exile Vilify in it. There's a moon mention. Oh my god, the companion cube is a cat? Also, do my eyes deceive me? V's? It's not 6 V's, though. Sadly. Oh my god, guys, Mike is a cat. Well, I sure would like to have the portal gun in the foreground. I know, comp players probably only see it as a burden, but... When we get to another chapter, I'll just try, like, loading from the beginning of that chapter, worst case.
Other objects from space. Please avoid unsheltered testing areas wherever a lack of shelter from space debris does not appear to be a deliberate part of the test.
Okay. Well, we're here. We're here, and it's fine. Everything's almost fine. Yeah, so it always, when I started playing this game originally, I was like, oh man, it doesn't like look the same, like all the no portal surfaces just look different. And I always want to think that like breaks the lore, but I don't think it does. I always love the little panels. They have like a lot of personality to them, like when they're going away, one of them's kind of slow. It's just fun. This is a game that I have, I've played numerous times, but I haven't played it nearly as many times as Portal 1, so things that were once muscle memory in the first game are not nearly as much in this one. So this drops a box from there. Oh right, and you gotta kind of time it, right? I think that was necessary. One of the lights is out on the panel too.
Well done. The Enrichment Center reminds you that although circumstances may appear bleak, you are not alone. All Aperture Science personality constructs will remain functional in apocalyptic, low-power environments of as few as 1.1 volts.
Did you watch the panel lore video? I saw the thumbnail for that video, but I didn't watch it because I didn't. The premise of the video is like, oh, the panels in Portal 2, what are they for? Is it not? That confused me because is it not obvious what they're for? They're for doing things.
Through portals. If the laws of physics no longer apply in the future, God help you.
God help you. The announcer character is pretty funny too. He's a little, emotionless, obviously, but... And look, they're reusing some, similar configurations that they had in the first game that they used for, player training. It's kind of fun that even these early test chambers, they were like, after we released the game, we thought, maybe we could have done that better in a couple of ways. And they actually did, fix it. That's fun.
If you are a non-employee who has discovered this facility amid the ruins of civilization, welcome. And remember, testing is the future, and the future starts with you.
Oh.
Much of the fun in Portal is based on the joy of the aha moment when you learn something new. The game needs a very specific pacing to ensure these moments. If things are too easy, then you're robbed of that moment since it feels like you didn't accomplish anything. If it's too hard, then players feel stupid instead of smart when they finally realize that one small part of the puzzle that they were missing. Unfortunately, trying to create that delicate balance leads to a lot of shuffling of levels and a lot of revisions and tweaks to existing levels. When we started the project, making any big structural change in a level, or the order of levels, would lead to hours or even days of busy work, trying to reconnect things and make sure they lined up again. If we ever wanted to ship something the size of Portal,
it almost seems like you could make that jump.
Then we needed a way to be able to make the big changes.
No, you can't like stand on props
without paying the cost of making everything line up again.
Which is fun.
We needed a way to bend space. We needed to think with portals. Using portals to connect different areas in the world, we could make any type of impossible space work out. You could look through a hallway into the next room, but the hallway might be on the other side of the map, and the room you were looking into might be in a completely different orientation. We could seamlessly insert an elevator, a huge expansive vista, a room that was bigger on the inside than the outside, or even create an infinite fall by connecting a shaft back into itself. Soon every connection between any space was a portal. We could even switch them on the fly.
Shaft.
Even a simple door worked like the cartoons. Just a facade painted on a wall that seamlessly opened somewhere else entirely. Once the game settled down, we were able to finalize our path and remove all the world portals. There's only one impossible space left in the whole game. See if we can figure out where it is.
Oh god. I have no idea. I don't even have a guess. Oh, I wonder what this is! Something's biting! Okay. Sorry, I just want to see all the things. I really want to, like, take my time and, like, drink in the experience of playing these games. In this current iteration.
Future starter. That said, if you are simple-minded, old,
simple-minded,
old, the future should not start with you. Please return to your primitive tribe and send back someone better qualified for testing.
Old.
To ensure that sufficient power remains for core testing protocols, all safety devices have been disabled. The Enrichment Center respects your right to have questions or concerns about this policy.
It's the room full of turrets near the end. I don't know the specific one, like the error testing. Oh, look, there's a receptor and shooter for the pellets. It's the one of the very few remnants of the pellet technology. And I love that you see that it's like a huge fucking machine that makes those. I wonder if there's any parts of Portal 1 where there's like a pellet shooter that's on just like a tiny platform that wouldn't have space for this huge machine behind it. Kind of like, it's like, oh, you know, maybe they phased it out because it was such a huge clunky technology. But it's funny, it doesn't have a pellet warning on this sign. Which doesn't, that truly doesn't make sense to me.
You did find a portal gun! Oh, do you know what?
Really? Because I don't see it.
People with brain damage are the real heroes.
Yeah, there's the spinning one in Portal 1, yeah. Plot hole.
On that wall behind me there, and I'll meet you on the other side of the room.
Brave.
This interaction with Wheatley was the first that we hooked up for our initial showing.
Yeah, and I remember it was a different VA, right? I wonder if they can have Stephen Merchant on this commentary. Probably not.
But also using him to interact with the Aperture facility.
Surely not. Stephen Merchant doesn't give enough of a shit to do the commentary. Okay, oh, and here's the room where you need to, like, I think I know what this node's gonna talk about.
They told me never, never, ever
to
disengage myself from my management rail, or I would die. But we're out of options here, so
this is the beginning of the recurring joke where they tell him that if he doesn't do, or if he does things, he'll die.
Pop off this thing. On 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3. That's high. It's too high, isn't it? Really, that. All right, going on 3 just gives you too much time to think about it. Let's go on 1 this time. Okay, ready? 1. Catch me! Catch me! Ow!
It's like impossible to catch him, I'm pretty sure. I tried so hard.
I'm not dead! I'm not dead!
I'm not gonna pick him up quite yet.
I can't move then. That's the problem now. Oh, brilliant, thank you.
Oh, what?
Plug me into that stick on the wall.
I only hit E once.
I'll show you something. You'll be impressed by this.
What the fuck? I was nowhere near Wheatley.
The Wheatley model was designed as a mechanical version of the original Portal 1 personality sphere. Originally, they filled a very similar role to that in Portal 1, so we needed one base model which could hold a lot of different expressions. Experimenting with different rigging ideas, we came up with the onion skin design, where a number of spherical plates could slide around inside each other, all supported on a small motion platform mounted on a gyroscope. This meant that no matter what expression Wheatley was pulling, he always retained his spherical shape. The modelers and the animators collaborated closely on these early tests to make sure the design supported the range of expression needed to satisfy any personality sphere that got designed. Lots of ideas were thrown out, such as a small internal robot arm that Wheatley could pull out of one of his ports and pull himself around with. We were careful to make the mechanics look plausible, but we had to cheat the eyelids, since they ended up being a physical impossibility. There was no way all that geometry could fit into the space around his eye without clipping out the other side. But they were such an essential feature of the model that we resorted to crushing them up inside the eye. He's got like a dull banana sticker on him. Can't see them.
Okay, we're gonna have to sit here and stare into Wheatley's eye.
How do you make a giant mechanical eyeball express life and emotions, let alone give the impression that he's talking when he has no mouth? The animator's understanding of human behavior came in handy for bringing Wheatley the personality sphere to life. Talking is so much more than just moving a character's mouth. You have to use body language, head attitudes, and rhythm of movement and eye focus to indicate a character's feelings and motivations. Slow, smooth head moves, a steady gaze, and a relaxed eye aperture indicate that Wheatley is calm. Short, sharp head turns, rapid blinks, and glancing around indicate nervousness or deceit. Add a tightly constricted eye aperture and a little shiver to show fear. Tilting the body away while keeping the eye focused on the player signals an attempt at cleverness that ultimately only fools Wheatley himself.
They're making him cycle through animations.
Is communicated by squinting his eyelids and handles,
so cool.
which function as very expressive eyebrows and cheeks. It's also fun to remind the player that Wheatley is a machine. When hacking, his eye and body segments become perfectly centered and spin mechanically, inspired by the spinning tape reels on old UNIVAC computers.
That's so cool.
And when he wants to look far in front, he flips his eye all the way over to the other side of his head. This animation approach, combined with the writing and vocals, makes Wheatley quite a unique and entertaining character. Part human, part machine, all eye, and no brain.
I like how happy, chipper, and enthusiastic that dev was. That was really cool. They modified it so that he was cycling through the expressions that she was talking about while she was talking about them. That was so cool. They took away his free will just for a little bit, just as a treat. Yeah, it's like when you're holding Wheatley, he doesn't count as like a physics object. He's like a shader or something. I don't know coding terms. He's a brush.
Probably ought to bring you up to speed on something right now. In order to escape, we're going to have to go through her chamber, and she will probably kill us if she's awake. If you want to just call it quits, and we could just sit here forever, that's an option.
Classic
option
tune
A,
on the OST.
Option B, go through there, and if she's alive, she'll almost certainly kill us.
Let's not mess around too much. Just kidding. Let's go everywhere.
On the table. I don't want to do it. I don't want to go in there. Anywhere we want. She's off. She's off. Don't panic over. She's off. All fine. On we go.
What is this shit? Do I dare mess with that? I don't think I dare mess with that. Yeah, I love how this song sort of starts off, it's like a harp or something, and then it slowly kind of becomes this tortured robotic sound. Where's the red phone?
There she is. What a nasty piece of work she was, honestly.
Originally, GLaDOS was built to curl up and disguise herself as one of her rings, potentially explaining how she had survived the explosion at the end of World War I. But this wasn't a very dramatic reveal, so we threw it out in favor of spreading her out over a greater distance. This also made her more recognizable as GLaDOS when you initially crossed the room. The actual wake-up animation was a combination of simulated animation with a layer of hand-keyed animation over the top. A two-stage model was created for this scene. The first stage had separate pieces and connecting cables that would be drawn together by running a physics simulation so that the pieces would interact with the environment. Physics simulations were also used to break apart the objects GLaDOS crashed into while she writhes around. At the point where GLaDOS rises free of contact with the ground, she switches instantaneously to a fully connected model with controls for hand-keyed animation. From this point, the animator
you have to jump in the incinerator
by hand, choreographing the violent chaos of her re-emerging consciousness, while at the same time conveying
she
the weight
drops
of the machine
you in there,
the size
I
of
think.
an airliner. Once the hand-keyed animation was done, a final simulation pass was run to animate the cables and dangling parts of GLaDOS's body. The scene was produced very rapidly for an E3 deadline, and a traditional rig for the sequence.
Look at Wheatley's expressions while this happens, even though we can't hear him. You can see his emotions.
We extended the sequence after E3 to add further animation, but we accomplished it by bearing in mind that GLaDOS herself is pretty broken at this point. The last part of the sequence requires the player to lose control of their view while being immobilized by a giant mechanical pincher. Once the controlled camera takes over, a careful alignment and time synchronization was required to make all the hand-animated models and camera interact with each other. Each of the stages in this wake-up scene contain a variety of processes that are very challenging to achieve live in a game engine.
Yeah, seriously.
Look for a switch.
I kind of understood that.
Escape pod. All right, don't touch anything else.
I love this
sequence. Don't touch anything else.
This is like where shit goes haywire. This is like the main turning point in the story, is this room.
As soon as you look at something and it doesn't say escape pod,
you just flip all the breakers on at once.
Well, look at other things, but don't. You understand? Can you see it anywhere? I can't see it anywhere. Tell you what, plug me in and I'll turn the lights on.
There he goes.
Let there be light.
It's God.
God. It's quoting God. Oh, look at that. Turning. Ominous. But probably fine.
See, I can't show off in this that I know what they're about to say before they say it. Because it says it on the screen. Oh, oops, 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 oops.
Uh-oh.
Power up initiated.
Now we're like stuck in this little pit. Little Masters of the Universe pit for a while. Can't crouch jump out of here. Let's try to spot the moment where her animation like switches techniques. Like right there, maybe.
Power up complete.
Okay, listen. All right, new plan. Act natural. Act natural. You've done nothing wrong. Hello.
Oh, it's you.
You know her?
It's been a long time. How have you been? I've been really busy being dead. You know, after you murdered me.
You did what?
They made her face a lot more expressive. Here's a rare moment of taking control away from you.
Okay, look, we both said a lot of things that you're going to regret. But I think we can put our differences behind us. For science, you monster.
It's funny, the first time I played this game, I never even processed that she, like, killed him there.
Since you went to all the trouble of waking me up,
especially because I think Wheatley was kind of all over the marketing material for this game.
I love it too.
So I was kind of like,
one small thing we need to take care of first.
Surely he's going to be a recurring character. Oh, that big long tunnel, that was the thing. I might have touched a loading zone. Okay, so now we should probably reset because I still don't have the gun model. Yeah. We'll see. We pick up the gun like right here.
Here we are.
So maybe we'll get it.
Incinerator room. Be careful not
This was one of the first things they showed off in the trailers. I watched that one. I watched that trailer so many times.
Around here somewhere. Once you find it, we can start testing.
So many times I was so hyped. Oh, companion cube. I'll save you, turret. Oh, dead. And you hear the one turret in this room go like, in the trailer. It's basically GLaDOS' hell.
There it is. Hold on.
Alright.
There.
Sorry, I was blowing.
Good.
God damn it. Okay, well the chapter hasn't begun yet. So when it shows a new chapter name, I will reset from the main menu to get the portal gun model back. Maybe it did and I missed it actually. I could have sworn it happened during the beginning of that falling sequence. Maybe that was also broken. Only chance to talk my ass. Look at all the panels.
Do you know the biggest lesson I learned from what you did? I discovered I have a sort of black box quick save feature. In the event of a catastrophic failure, the last 2 minutes of my life are preserved.
This room is cool.
I was able, well, forced really, to relive you killing me again
and it's
again,
test chamber
forever.
19.
You know, if you'd done that to somebody else,
right over there's where the green pellet is, or I think like right where we're standing, maybe?
I'm a bigger person than that. I'm happy to put this all behind us and get back to work. After all, we've got a lot to do, and only 60 more years to do it. More or less. I don't have the actuarial tables in front of me.
Going through portals is also just like so much of a smoother experience in this game. It was always a tiny little bit like blippy in the first game, if that's a weird way to put it, but you kind of get me. You kind of like feel some kind of weird change as you're going through it, whereas here it's like seamless. A lot less detail in those rooms this time, which is fine. I'm not burnt out of shape about that.
When the player first encountered the robot arms, he wanted to convey that they were still coming back online. The idea was that GLaDOS was just waking up and hadn't yet fully regained control of them. Slowly over the course of the first few levels of this act, she gets more sure of herself, and her ability to alter and mess with the lab increases. The arms presented a number of challenges, the key one being the interaction with the player. It was easy for the player to get stuck behind or inside of the models if they did something too complex.
So a lot of these just don't have a lot of collision.
So we had to limit most of the arm action to the walls or ceilings of the test chambers, and we restricted their use on a larger scale to areas where we could be sure of the player's location.
I do love that sense that you get that she's like slowly getting the facility back together. Like that's very well conveyed here. Even before the elevator showed up, some stuff was just like whizzing through the tube, seemingly, you know, getting sent to the dump or getting sent to a place where it needs to be for testing. Cold boot, okay.
Sorry about
that. Let's do a heckin' reload. All these menu screens are so good, too. This is one of my favorite songs on the soundtrack, too. So many good songs. It's a very different soundtrack. Like I said, I don't know if there's any Kelly Bailey on it, but they did a really good job with it. It's certainly got a different vibe. Okay, here's where we get some like actual puzzles that I might need to like solve with my brain, believe it or not. I don't think you can no-clip in the menu screens. I think they're pre-baked video.
The place goes since you killed me. By the way,
or if you can, I don't know how.
Sarcasm self-test complete.
Oh good, that's back online. I'll start getting everything else working.
Goodbye, my beloved pellet launcher.
Simple test, which involves deadly lasers, and how test subjects react when locked in a room with deadly lasers.
There's the laser getting moved into place. The much more efficient design, the laser, takes up a lot less space.
GLaDOS originally was a lot more cutting in these opening rooms, given that she's talking to someone she perceives as her murderer. Playtests revealed, though, that it was a bit grueling getting browbeaten by GLaDOS this early in the game, so her arc was rewritten to give her more of a slow burn towards the player.
A slow burn towards the player, eh? Any shippers out there? I bet so many people ship
Not bad. I forgot
Chell and
how good
GLaDOS.
you are at this. You should pace yourself, though. We have a lot of tests to do.
I love all these little animations too. It's at a certain point I kind of almost resent these little animations, because this is like what Portal turned into eventually, was like a lot of stuff more centered around like this kind of vibe. But I don't know, they're good. I like them. I don't know. It's just, wasn't there a whole game they made? Like Aperture Desk Job, is that the one that looks like that? Or is that something else? Maybe they just used it for like promotional material, actually.
This
I don't know.
next test involves discouragement redirection cubes. I just finished building them before you had your, well,
episode.
So now we'll both get to see how they work. There should be one in the corner.
She was just getting done developing them. Oh. Hey, Wheats. No, don't go away. Oh, I have to turn the thing back on. Oops. Hold on. Does he despawn? Oh, I thought he stayed back here for some reason. I think there's a place in this game, I don't remember, it's been so long, where you can see Wheatley out of bounds and he just like sits there for some reason, like he's in like a glitchy kind of way. These lasers look so good. And it's like obviously they need to be able to... Oh yeah, and I love how it adds layers to the music when you engage a laser puzzle. Obviously they need to make... Oh, and is this a Hoopy appearance? Yeah, there's Hoopy! Hoopy the Hoop from the ending of the first game. He shows up a few times in this game, and here's one of them. I'm so sad there's not a node talking about it. Obviously they needed to, like, create some new ways of testing so that the game wouldn't be, like, dull. And it's like, I think they pretty elegantly danced around that, like, and the fact that it might... The possibility of any of that, like, breaking the lore of the game, you know? Also, I don't think you can actually kill yourself on the lasers, or if you can, it takes a lot of doing. Like, yeah, okay, there we go. It's like when you touch them, it's like, ooh, damn, like, I need to be really careful, and then it's like, oh, well, you can actually... It barely matters. You really don't need to be careful around them at all. You have to mash yourself into them a lot in order to actually die.
I just finished building them before you had your, well, episode. So now we'll both get to see how they work. There should be one in the corner.
Yeah, I love all the little sneak peeks, the little hints that you get that Wheatley's still there, still trying to do stuff. And, oh, the way everything, like, unfolds out of the walls is so cool. I like all these panels that are, like, trying to get unstuck. It seemed like this one, at a certain point, just gave up and, like, turned red. Wasn't it red? Yeah. Environmental storytelling about how the panels are pissed off. Whoa, careful with that.
Well done. Here come the test results. You are a horrible person. That's what it says. A horrible person. We weren't even testing for that.
Okay, thank God we got the player view model back on. There was a whole thing leading up to the release of this game, too. Not just the update in Portal 1.
If it makes you feel any better, science has now validated your birth mother's decision to abandon you on a doorstep.
There was a whole thing, it was like an ARG-esque thing. There was the update with like the spectroscopic images, but there was also... something to do with like potatoes. It was like the Portal 2 potato sack. And I have a really hazy memory of this. But it was like it was like a promotion that involved a bunch of other games, like For the Awesome, I think, the one where you're like falling, that was one of the games. There was like some kind of bundle meant to promote this game that was just like a bunch of other games. Does anybody remember? Yeah, it was eight games, there was a weird website. I don't even remember the full details of it, honestly. Look at this animation, this is cool. God. The game is good. It's simply good and fun. And well made. Oh, we also need it in there, I see.
Congratulations. Not on the test. Most people emerge from suspension terribly undernourished. I want to congratulate you on beating the odds and somehow managing to pack on a few pounds.
Oh, this is Exile Vilify, maybe? Yeah. Yeah, I like they went hard with all the, like, Ratman art in this game. I wonder if those numbers have any significance. Look at all the beans. It's like the same model, man. It's the same can of beans. Yeah, this shit is crazy. I wonder if the VOD could get copyright claimed because of this. I kind of doubt it. There's like a bunch of mouths. And there's like a big mouth at the top. Big mouth. Wait, say that again? It's like such a good song. We're not gonna sit here and listen to the whole thing though. Like, I wonder why they even like put this in the game. I wonder if I can blow it up with the laser. No. It's invincible. The radio confirmed the radio is made of stronger stuff than the turrets. Oh, I placed a portal though. Oops, guess we're gonna have to listen to more of this cool song. How cringe. There's, to those of you who don't know, there's just an actual band called The National, and they just got them to write a song promoting this game, and it just shows up on this one radio and nowhere else. To my knowledge, at least. I don't think it was even used in the advertising material. It was just... I don't know. Somebody knew a guy, I guess. I wish maybe they would have had a commentary note about that. In fact, am I in commentary mode right now? We've seen nodes since I reloaded in, right?
One moment.
One moment, GLaDOS has got to go blow her nose.
I can build them, so feel free to slow down and do whatever it is you do when you're not destroying this facility.
Are there commentary nodes? Are there just very few of them? Or did I... No, we can't save games, so we must be in commentary mode. There just haven't been any yet for a little bit. Oh, God. I got one of the... Do you guys ever get, like... You know, sometimes you get a tickle in your nose before you're about to sneeze. Sometimes I get one that's, like... The tickle in your nose times, like, 1,000. Where it's, like, such intensity that, like, your eyes water. Anyone else ever get that, or is it just me? Just me? Okay. Mute. That kind of drives me insane. It's like sometimes that'll come up and I'll just be like, whoa, and I just like can't function for like 10 seconds while I'm dealing with that feeling. Look, it's the non-stationary platform. Okay, so we gotta specifically use the orange portal here. If we use the blue one, we can kind of screw ourselves over. Right? This is kind of a cool... The puzzles are so much more complex in this game. To like kind of a ridiculous degree.
You don't have to go that slowly. Waddle over to the elevator and we'll continue the testing.
It's definitely, people have filed many complaints against this game, and there have been many takes throughout the years about, like, what it does better or worse than Portal 1. But, oh, we got faith plates now. I really, really love this game, but it is, it kind of does different stuff than Portal 1 did, in a way. That was a buggy-looking animation.
Involves the Aperture Science aerial faith plate. It was part of an initiative to investigate how well test subjects could solve problems when they were catapulted into space. Results were highly informative. They could not. Good luck.
It's definitely got like a slightly different vibe, but it's also definitely still Portal. Definitely? So I'm gonna name my daughter.
This was the first test map that we created.
But I also kind of like that it's not just more Portal 1.
The map underwent many visual refinements, but it's one of the few puzzles that remained almost completely unchanged from its first form.
And I like that every test chamber in this area gets cleaner and cleaner. It's like, oh, this one actually, part of the room looks quite nice. She just hasn't got around to fixing most of it. And I love the little... all the dynamic music in this game is so cool. The way the faith plates have like a little beat that plays when you're like interacting with them. Okay. They really expect a lot more from you, I feel, in this game, puzzle-wise. Which makes sense. It really does make Portal 1 feel like a tutorial.
It's too expensive to pump
this far down, by the way.
Just take carbon dioxide out of a room.
We have been like descending every level, of course, but...
So you'll be breathing the same room full of air for the rest of your life. I thought that was interesting.
That's so fucked. It's like Dark Souls 3. This game is like Dark Souls 3. What, it's awesome? Oh, and even the loading screen gets less deteriorated over time.
Well, have fun soaring through the air without a care in the world.
How'd it go?
I have to go to the wing that was made entirely of glass and pick up 15 acres
oh,
of
wow,
broken
okay.
glass by myself.
Nice. Bella just had an eye appointment. She's gonna get new glasses. Costco eye exam. Was it pumpkin spice flavored? It was pumpkin spice flavored.
The catapult trajectory lines
look at
seen
this.
here allow us to visualize where the catapult
That
will deliver a
is
player
so
or
cool.
a physics object. We can differentiate the
love
speed and
these
trajectory
notes
for
when they
players
do
and other
that.
objects. The yellow lines are for physics objects, and green is the player's trajectory. Sometimes we need to have a different value to accommodate the shape of the object being catapulted. What works for the player may not work for an object, and vice versa. For instance, it was common for a box to make it to a ledge while the player would smack into the side, and then fall down into the slime. The visualization tools helped us debug these types of problems.
I love when they show invisible elements like that. That is so cool. And it's funny, that really interestingly illustrates
the catapult trajectory
how these
lines
work.
seen
It
here
literally is
allow us
just
to
like
visualize where the
smoothly,
catapult will deliver a
because it's
player
like,
or a physics object.
obviously you're not actually going in a straight line up to a point and then down. It's kind of like keyframing in like editing software. Hey honey. And
the catapult trajectory lines
it's like it just
seen
keyframe.
here
These are
allow us to
keyframes
visualize where the
basically. This is how
catapult
my
will deliver
Adobe
a player
Premiere
or a
brain
physics object.
is interpreting
We can differentiate
this.
the speed and trajectory for
There's
players
even like,
and other
what is up with
objects.
those yellow boxes
The yellow
up
lines
there?
are for physics objects, and green is the player's trajectory.
Are those collision
Sometimes
or
we
something?
need to have a different value to accommodate
Why
the
would they
shape of
put
the
that
object
there?
being catapulted. What works for the player may not work for an object.
I wish we could just look at those lines without hearing the guy yapping. Nothing is real. Nothing to get hung about. There's more moon phases. Smooth jazz fails. I wonder who had the amazing job of... Oh, there's Hoopy! Another Hoopy sighting. Somebody must have had a really fun job of just drawing all that stuff. Is this the Who Farted mug? One of these says Who Farted. Yeah, I think that one. I always, when I saw this, I was like, man, why is there a fart joke in Portal 2? Why would they do this? There's Hoopy, my beloved. Hoopy counter 2. That is quite the amazing piece of tech, that battery-operated lamp. The battery that lasts forever. I always, you know, I know this is an unpopular opinion, and like, I'm not saying I've never laughed at like a fart joke, but I always find them, I always like turn my nose at them. Oh my god, speaking of nose, there's a little roach that's been presented to me. Speak into the microphone, roach. He's trying to munch the microphone. Oh, he brushed it with his little whiskers. Maybe you heard that. That was awesome. I got jump scared out of the corner of my vision with a roach. Here's where you make the trash show up and you get like the CD from the multiplayer.
Oh, sorry. I'm still cleaning out the test chambers, so sometimes there's still trash in them.
There's an edgeless cube.
Smelling and being useless. Try to avoid the garbage hurtling towards you.
We...
You don't have to test with the
Does the
garbage.
stuff, like,
It's
dissolve
garbage.
when it hits the
Press the
water?
button
Is that what
again.
that sound was? Oh, it does. It emancipates. But these discs, you use these. This is like a physics object that you see in the multiplayer. I don't think it has any function in the single player, though. They, like, updated. So the slime is back. It looks different, and it fizzles things, which makes sense, I suppose. It's just kind of funny. They added some juice to it. The hot Carl's slime. Okay. Try to avoid the garbage hurtling towards you. Oh. You think it hurts to catch something like that with the portal gun? Do you think you, like, feel the force of it? Do you think it has knockback? This might not actually press the button. Oh, just barely did.
Remember before when I was talking about smelly garbage standing around being useless? That was a metaphor. I was actually talking about you. And I'm sorry. You didn't react at the time, so I was worried it sailed right over your head, which would have made this apology seem insane. That's why I had to call you garbage a second time just now.
Thank you. Thank you, GLaDOS. They chip all their stuff, yeah.
Did you know
The CDs, the
guilty
water
consciences
jugs.
are more easily startled by loud noises.
And that's why it dissolves when it comes in contact with the water. It's
Anyway,
very true.
Just an interesting science fact.
Oh my god, companion cube, poggers. Right, we need to, like, block the laser. Isn't there a little bonus Wheatley sighting in this level too?
Go ahead and grab
Maybe I
another
already
one.
missed it, but I think he shows up.
Oh, no. I fizzled that one too.
Yeah, there he is.
Oh well. We have warehouses.
I think there's a
full
way
of
to,
the
like, get him
things.
stuck
Absolutely
or
worthless.
something.
I'm happy to get rid of them.
Or no, I think the thing is that in one of these little scenes, it's like he shows up and looks at you, and then he goes out of view, but he stays there, and he makes, like, sounds. He makes these little, like, sparking noises. And you can hear those sounds very clearly, even though it's never made clear that, in-game that's, like, Wheatley doing that. It's just kind of like an unintended side effect of him being still loaded in while out of bounds. Okay, now I think we need to do some flinging. Let's try not to fling ourselves into a laser. The bird one, that's the bird one, it's the bird one. I don't remember what I said. Bird, like the potato bird? You saying Wheatley sparks at the bird part? I remember that from your vid. I don't remember what I said. Sorry. Wee. Right after he gets
Every test
attacked
chamber
by the
is
bird.
equipped with an emancipation grill at its exit, so that
Oh,
test
right.
subjects cannot smuggle test objects out of the test area.
I forgot about this bit.
Don't take anything with you.
There's like a little extra puzzle to solve. In fact, how do you do this? Do you need to keep the button weighed down, or is it like a one-time thing? You just do this. Oh. Oh. I actually kind of forget how to do this. Give me a moment. It's all just for the payoff of, like, a joke. I think you just, like, crouch and grab it. I think it's just barely reachable. No? Man, am I dumb? I must be. Maybe there's a portal surface? Oh, there's a portal surface in here. Lol. Hello, come with me. Oh!
I think that one was about to say, I love you. They are sentient, of course.
Somebody asked in the last stream, they were like, so is it ever confirmed anywhere that the cubes hold human bodies? And no, I think that is, when I say that's a game theory, I think that is quite literally a video by the YouTube channel Game Theory.
This next test involves emancipation grids.
It's,
Remember, I told you about them in the last
I think that's pure speculation. It could be, but it's never mentioned anywhere. Or, in my opinion, even hinted at. It's just like super vague stuff about like, oh, the companion cube is sentient, and it's like, okay, well that doesn't actually literally mean there's like a body inside of it.
We needed a puzzle that would demonstrate the different effects that the Fizzler has on the game. This map was consistently the one that most of our playtesters would get stuck on, and we tried various things to make the puzzle easier to understand. Originally, this room had 2 Fizzlers in it, and was divided up into 3 distinct areas. This proved to be too complicated and almost none of our playtesters could solve the puzzle. We removed the second Fizzler and simplified the layout of the room quite a bit, but most of our playtesters were still getting stuck on it. We identified the problem to be the space above the Fizzler. Originally, the space was completely open, but that didn't effectively convey to the players that they needed to shoot a portal above the Fizzler. We then tried putting glass with several holes in it above the Fizzler. This was slightly more effective as players would know that the holes are there for a purpose, and would try to solve the puzzle by shooting portals through the holes. The map was still not testing well though, as players could not figure out which side of the Fizzler they needed to be on when they shot their portals. We then changed it to have only a single hole through the glass, moved down to the eye level of the player, so that shooting the portal from either side of the Fizzler would be a valid solution. This change tested really well, and we started seeing most of our playtesters make it through the level without getting stuck on it for a long time.
We originally planned to use the same emancipation grid effect we'd used in Portal 1. We were surprised to hear during several of our early playtests that players thought this map was the first time they'd encountered one. Players walked through at least one emancipation grid in almost every map. Playtesters also weren't able to report the grid's properties. That indicated to us that we needed to better communicate when an interaction was occurring. Our challenge was to create an effect that was more noticeable to players, but didn't look so solid or so threatening that players wouldn't attempt to walk through it. We chose to keep the cool color scheme, and reinforce the non-threatening nature of the field by mimicking the kind of water caustics you'd find in a shallow swimming pool. To communicate that the grid blocks portal placement, we added flashes whenever the player shoots one. To warn players that the grid will destroy objects.
Yeah, I don't think that was a thing in the first game.
We added a vortex effect that increases in intensity as objects get near.
What?
Once these changes went in, playtest feedback demonstrated that players noticed the emancipation grids earlier and had a much better understanding of their function.
That's cool. I don't know if I ever consciously realized a few of those little design tidbits, but that makes sense. Are they stupid? What, Game Theory? Playtesters? Who are we talking about? Oh, we're already to the return. Now we got some real proper testing. Smash me. Come on, smash me. Doesn't work. I can't help but think that they've been using the same, like, dirty overlay to these level signs each time we've seen them. Like, it looks exactly the same. Maybe not, though. Oh, here's this part.
Wheatley was originally envisioned as a group of spheres that you discover as you explore the facility behind the scenes.
I had no idea that was a thing. We ditched this idea
for 2 reasons. For one thing, behind the scenes levels were required to highlight the introductions of these new spheres, and these levels have their own unique logic. The number of spheres we wanted would have made for far too many of these types of levels, resulting in a very unportal-like game.
I wonder what they were like.
Also,
maybe
we were
they
spending so much time
turned
introducing
into
these new
the
characters, so we had no time to get to know any of them before they were
corrupt
swept off
cores.
stage for the next one. Eventually we realized it would be a lot more satisfying to really get to know one sphere instead of briefly meeting 6. Some of these characters were eventually recycled as corrupt cores for the finale.
Okay, there you go. There he is. Stop looking at me.
Hey, it's me! I'm okay!
Well, I'm back.
Right, and I think if you use... That's another instance, kind of like the first game, where... The,
Try it now.
The audio sounds like the character is further and further away from you at a certain point, but it's just... That's not an actual effect, like, in-engine. That's just how the audio file sounds.
I was just lying there. You thought I was done.
This plate must not be calibrated to someone of your generousness. I'll add
Looks like a Lego creation, doesn't it?
You look great.
There's probably been a Portal Lego set, right? I think there has. I think it was in Lego Dimensions, right?
Bird, right? Couldn't believe it either.
A bird!
You seem to have defeated its load-bearing capacity. Well done. I'll just lower the ceiling.
I think you can fly to activate the dialogue. It's just like a line def that you cross. I think. It's the bird test subject, yeah! What if the bird, the famous bird in this game, is a descendant? Oh my god, the bird clipboard in the first game was foreshadowing! Epic freaking foreshadowing. Environmental storytelling? FTW? Oh, I gotta actually hit the button. I'm a doofus. What if we can... Oh, nice. You can actually do that. Wow, I always went all the way back to the faith plate for that. Honestly. Oh, but you can't do it from there. Okay. Did Chell actually put on weight somehow? I don't think so. I think GLaDOS is just being a little bit of a bitch to be funny. And you know what? It is. Here's another... I always loved doing this. Where you just, like, nullify this little wall here. Don't hurt me. Ow. That's just so cool and satisfying. And it's like you're shortcutting the space just a little bit. But it works so smoothly. It's just like that similar moment in Portal 1 where you put one on a ceiling and one on the floor above. Okay, and now we need to fling ourselves up here and then put the portals back. Yeah, the added detail that GLaDOS had to relive her murder over and over and over again, like possibly thousands of times, really does, it's mortifying. Especially considering the lore revelations that we see later in the game, obviously. It's like, the facility's starting to whir back to life slowly. Yeah, I mean, you can look at her. She does look the same. I can't imagine, I mean, how the hell was she kept in stasis for such a long time in that little hotel room? What is the science behind that?
It's a beautiful day out. Yesterday I saw it.
Oh my god, Noel, holiday!
Solve this next test.
It's all
Maybe
connected.
I'll let you ride an elevator all the way up to the break room.
Break
and
room.
I'll tell you about the time I saw a deer again.
The Faith Play was originally a robot arm model which we hurriedly placed into the maps to see if the
juggling
gameplay
a
was
cube.
fun. Over time, it became apparent that playtesters were struggling to tell the Faith Plate apart from the standard
And it's
arm.
like they used these panels to like direct your attention
a simple,
to.
heavy weight which was flung upwards, propelling the player. The length is meant to imply a direction, so the player knows the intended flight path before they step onto it. We experimented with footmarks and tread plates on the design, but it quickly became confusingly busy, so we kept the design simple.
Keep it simple, stupid. Here's a level where we get a really good look at a good listen, rather, at the Faith Plate beat that plays when you use one. This was foolish. I don't think I can do that. Ugh, damn it. Now I'm horribly stuck. I'm gonna actually need to remember how to do this. Oh, but there's like some cheesy shenanigans you could do here. Let's see if I can pull it off. Yeah. Now I can go over there and get that. That's not how you're supposed to do that. Okay. Ugh. I feel like throwing physics objects is easier in this game, too. Maybe I'm just imagining things, but the physics are slightly altered. In a good way, I think. Okay, so now if we block this laser, that goes away. Now we can ride the faith plate to the moon. What? There's some, like... Man, I'm sorry, I'm not gonna be able to replicate all the, like, little tricks that I did in the speedrun of this game. Wasn't there something, like, hokey you could do with this faith plate? I don't remember. I bet there's a console command for turning on those faith plate, lines. I don't know what to call them. The, like, trajectory lines. But I don't know it. I just want to turn it on permanently. Let's move this. You are no longer needed here. You will be perfect. Now we bring this up there with us. Like the laser just coming out of the floor. Let's like drop this. Oh. No, didn't work. No, really? Kidding. Oh, that just doesn't work. That just straight up doesn't work. Okay, I'll send it ahead of us. Damn it. Oh, it doesn't open fast enough. That makes sense, though. Now the music's going crazy, now that we got all the lasers hooked up and we're using the faith plates. Seems like those wall faith plates only work if you... Oh, did the cube go flying somewhere? Damn it. It seems like they only work if you use another faith plate to reach them. Okay. No! No! No!
I didn't see the deer today. I did see some humans. But with you here, I've got more test subjects than I'll ever need.
My cool solution didn't work. Sad gay. Guys, is it Sag or Sad gay? I don't think maybe there even is a, I don't think there's a consensus. There's no rules about that. You would just have to take a poll and go with the most prevalent, you know, answer on the poll. So here's the light bridges.
These bridges
this is something I really am hoping to see a commentary node that's like, yeah, we got this from the Flash game.
It would be like standing outside with the sun shining on your face. It would also set your hair on fire, so don't actually do it.
Like, this exact concept, like, right down to how they look, was in Portal the Flash version. And I'll always wonder if they just straight up, like, nicked the idea from the Flash version. Maybe they did, maybe they didn't. Oh boy. Oh, that just eternally spawns cubes falling into the void, I see. Okay, well, I'll move over here. Oh, I did it wrong. Hey, why don't I fizzle out? They didn't chip me or my gun. I'm seeing a big mix of Sag and Sad gay.
These bridges
I definitely
are made
think
from
Sag
natural light
is better.
that I pump in from the surface. If you rubbed your cheek on one, it would be like standing outside with the sun shining
Here
on
first,
your
gotta hit the button.
It would also set your hair on fire, so don't actually do it.
Okay, so the one that is intaking, I need to shoot a blue here. Yeah, I feel like I have the haziest memory of, like, knowing tricks to this game when I did the speedrun, but frankly, I forget a lot of them now. Like I said, I played this one a lot, but not nearly as much as the first one, just because when this game came out, by that point I had discovered other video games. So it kind of cut off my potential obsession with this game. This thing like seeing, only not with my eyes. The eyes turn into moon phases. Classic place to put a Ratman den. Where does this cube actually need to go? I guess there's a dotted line showing me. And there's, look, even sometimes they suggest places to put portals with, like, here's a clean panel that just stands out to our human eyes just a little bit to be like, yeah, maybe you want to put a portal here, buddy. They did that with, like, checkered patterns in the first game, but then in this part of this game they could kind of do it in a different way because the facility's so dirty.
Excellent. You're a predator, and these tests are your prey. Speaking of which, I was researching sharks for an upcoming test. Do you know who
Just
else
showing how they take the sunlight and make it hard.
Did you guess sharks? Because that's wrong. The correct answer is nobody. Nobody but you is that pointlessly cruel.
When I played Portal as a kid, I discovered a Ratman secret, and I got so scared I couldn't continue. I'm assuming that was in the, like, turret level. That one's a little scary.
Save recycling your one room full of air. When you die, I'm going to laminate your skeleton and pose you in the lobby. That way future generations can learn from you how not to have your unfortunate bone structure.
Damn, GLaDOS is getting into phrenology
The
here.
door's malfunctioning. I guess somebody's going to have to repair
Damn it.
that too.
Oh, is this the bird? This is the bird place.
Don't get up.
Yeah.
I'll be right back.
It's probably here already.
Touch anything.
Maybe not. Yeah, that sound is him spawning in, I think.
Hey, up here. I found some bird eggs up here. Just dropped them into the door mechanism.
There's
Shut it
no
right down. Like,
birds.
Bird!
Okay, there's that bird. Look how shitty that model is.
Okay, that's probably the bird in it that laid the eggs. It's livid. Okay, look, the
Isn't
point is,
it?
we're gonna break out
He said
of here.
in it.
Very soon, I promise.
Write down in it.
I just have to figure out how to break us out of here. Here she comes. Just keep testing. Remember, you.
It's like, I wonder if people, like deaf people who played this game, ever knew that he was
Let's just
British.
say he won't be, well,
That just feels wrong.
Anyway, back to testing.
Yeah, so that little, this is something I'm sure, every big Grapefruit fan knows this now, but that, like, sparking sound is just him. But you can hear it quite clearly from out here. You just would never know. Okay. I see places. Oh. What? What is this room? Oh, yeah. More cool music. There is no magic. Only lost physics? Who are you? More moon. The moon is so prevalent, man. All throughout the game. What does that say? Alpha male? That's crazy. You can't put that in the game. It's like, the facility's getting more and more in order. All these panels are more and more structured and orderly every time we see them. I think I actually have to place a portal on this artwork? No. How do I, like, safely get back? Just make a bridge. Okay. Now where are we taking this hot rocket? Where do you want this hot rocket? Falls down like an off-screen thwomp. An off-screen thwomp! See, that just makes it sound like I'm saying swamp. So we want to bring it down there. Does that work? I don't think that works. I don't think that's the intended solution. And I'm actually at a loss. One moment. Ah, here we go.
Well done. In fact,
It's fun actually, like, you know, figuring out the puzzles again. I know these are not particularly hard, but in Portal 1 I just didn't even have to think about it at all.
Enough.
Yeah, I can imagine playing this as like a younger child and getting scared. It's certainly, there are certainly parts of the first game especially that are like unsettling and a little horrific.
That are full of bullets. Oh wait, that's you in 5 seconds. Good luck.
It's a often cited hilarious detail that turrets are just full to the brim with bullets and they launch the entire bullet. They don't, the bullets don't function like typical bullets. They just spring shoot them at you really, really fast.
Project Lil is our code name for an internal push to make our comments more accessible to the whole Valve community. It was pointed out to us in mail from a fan that in some of our previous commentary, the designers referred unfailingly to the gamer as a he. Although in natural speech, most of us normally tend to say they and their, rather than he and his, some stuffy, overactive minion of the grammar police went through and revised all those usages to make them conform to an oppressive gender-biased rule. However, research shows that they and their is a perfectly acceptable and even older form, and we're happy to fall back on it and let people talk the way they normally talk. And screw the so-called rules that alienate our fans. Thanks, Lil.
I'm freaking gourd. Gender in my video games, or a lack thereof. Lack of arbitrary enforcement of gender roles. This is stupid. Waiter, there's woke in my soup. Just going for the berserker method here. It works. Oh. Let's go see the dummy room. Yeah. Doesn't look quite as good. It's meant to be viewed from afar, so it makes sense that this has a very 2D sensibility to it. It's fun to look at. There, it looks normal. No flashlight, right? I don't think so. If you just like pick up a flashlight, it'd be awesome. Tape it to your gun like Doom 3. Or like people wanted with Doom 3.
To maintain a constant testing cycle, I simulate daylight at all hours and add adrenal vapor to your oxygen supply. So you may be confused about the passage of time. The point is, yesterday was your birthday. I thought you'd want to know.
I wonder if there's a label on the outside of Chell's, like, shipping container. At the beginning of the game, I should have looked. Probably not, because it doesn't seem like they ever would, like, intend for you to, like, be able to see that. Look, they're, like, building the room that you're about to go into. It's so cool. Oh, yeah. Oh, what a cool game. This is a puzzle that you feel very clever solving the first time. Oh, brother.
You know how I'm going to live forever, but you're going to be dead in 16 years? Well, I've been working on a belated birthday present for you. Well, more of a belated birthday medical procedure. Well, technically.
I wonder what she's referring to here.
What's important is it's a present.
I don't know if that's ever, like, elaborated on. Maybe just a little joke. Or maybe she says it soon.
That jumpsuit you're wearing looks stupid. That's not me talking. It's right here in your file. On other people it looks fine. But right here a scientist has noted that on you it looks stupid. Well, what does a neck-bearded old engineer know about fashion?
Neckbeard.
He probably... Oh, wait. It's a she. Still, what does she know? Oh, wait. It says she has a medical
like dominoes.
In fashion. From
France. Let's just... Oh, this one's somehow still alive. Did you just say still alive? Something that always irritated me, and sorry again if this is just tons and tons of reruns from Portal 2 speedrun. There were these trailers that they put out for this game that advertised some of the gameplay gimmicks. Oh, this is a level that you can soft lock yourself in. And, you know, they had like these hard light bridges and the faith plates and stuff like that, and they were cool little trailers. They were kind of like Meet the Team videos, but for random Portal stuff. And one of them was for the like pneumatic funnels that like pump air places, and you still use them in this game a little bit. Like you travel through them at certain parts in the plot. But they, I think, were originally supposed to have a much more dynamic purpose. Like they were supposed to be like a test chamber element rather than just a let's try to just dodge this. Rather than just a thing that you use to travel around in the story a little bit here and there. So it's kind of sad that they never actually used it. Because the trailer, it looked really cool. It was like they showed, it was like, oh, imagine like here's where the... It was just a tube that just like sucks air in, basically. And it would be like you put a portal right outside the exit to the tube, and then you put another portal here and it would like suck. There was a trailer that showed like, oh, it like rips all the panels off the walls and stuff, and this chaotic deluge of physics items just like fly into it en masse. And they never actually used it like that in the actual game, and that was a little irritating to me, because that was one of the things I was looking forward to the most. It's kind of like the excursion funnels, but not exactly. It probably served much the same function, though. I'm actually not certain how you soft lock yourself in this one. Because the button, it's like you get behind that pane of glass and then get this box off the button. But I don't really, maybe, no. Anybody know how? Yeah, somebody said if I had to guess, it's probably buggy as fuck. Totally. I also assume the same thing. It was probably very chaotic and difficult to manage. You just put both portals in there? What do you mean? The door's open, I need to get the cube off the button. Oh yeah, just portal behind the glass. Doi. Yeah.
Oops. You trapped yourself. I guess that's it then. Thanks for testing. You may as well lie down and get acclimated to the being dead position. I'm kidding.
This is my life
Not
now.
about you trapping yourself, though. That really happened. Here, I'll lower the glass. Go on. Finish the test.
Still a little bit of jank that goes on. You see how, like, 3 or 4 recursions in, whenever I pass through a portal, it kind of shifts in a way that doesn't look quite right. They never like perfected that technology quite.
I'm going through the list of test subjects in cryogenic storage. I managed to find 2 with your last name.
Right.
A man and a woman. So that's interesting.
So, like, Chell probably isn't Cave Johnson and Caroline's child, unless GLaDOS is just, like, making that up, which is entirely possible.
I have a surprise waiting for you after this next test. Telling you would spoil the surprise.
She's probably just fucking with you, so I think it's still possible. I always kind of headcanoned that Chell was the daughter of Caroline and Cave, but it might not be true. She might just be the daughter of some employee that's here that got turned into a test subject.
With vacuum tubes such a big part of Portal 2, we designed the new elevators to work within them. We liked the idea that this made the player feel about as important to Aperture as the cargo moving through the tube, and it also gave us plenty of opportunities to show how the system could go wrong, such as when the tubes get blocked or when cargo rains down on the elevator. The videos began as attempts to visualize some of GLaDOS' dialogue, but they evolved into a means of relaying information about the larger world of Aperture. It seemed very likely to us that Aperture would boast to the test subjects about the devices they were testing, and show them the clever ideas they had put into the products. The videos also served as a reward for completing the test chambers, and a way to make the elevators visually different from one another to prevent repetition.
So just like we used the pellet in the first game to kill turrets, we kind of used the lasers in a different way to accomplish the same goal. Is he gonna do the turret serenade? Yeah, no shit he's gonna do the turret serenade. What do you think I am, a can of chopped liver? Is he gonna do the turret? Don't piss me off! What do you think I am, a fake gamer? Oh, I need the other button. Is he gonna do the turret? Come on! They don't shoot at you through the glass in this game, I'm realizing. That was something that was always kind of irritating in the first game, so I'm kind of glad they changed that. They, like, show that they can see you, but they don't actually, like, waste bullets doing it. Which also helps to preserve, you know, the canon of they actually have a certain number of bullets inside them, even though you can definitely get them to shoot for much longer than surely would be possible spatially. So I think... How do... Oh, right, you gotta blow this one up and it, like, blows the grate off of there. So let's put that there. Blue portal here. I'm on fire! Right, there's where they teach you how to crouch, and it's like an optional tutorial. I love that they're like, I think the song is called Turret Wife Serenade, right? So this turret is somebody's wife, I guess. The one that I always really love is the percussionist slash beatboxer turret. And it's like using their like reticle aiming sounds to beatbox, basically. That's so cool. What a lot of effort this animation must have taken. Like, this must have taken ages to program. Maybe they had the animations sort of like generate dynamically based on the music in a certain way. I wouldn't know anything about that, though. I just love how much they've popped off with these rooms. Unmorality. There's even, like... I feel like some of these scientists, we even saw, like, specific ones, like this dude with the kind of afro-looking hair. We saw them earlier in some of the previous drawings, so maybe they're, like, really specifically meant to depict certain very specific real, you know, open quotes, real people in this universe. Oh, they finished. Okay. Sorry, where were we? You could do this... If you did this, like, really precisely... What if you just, like... You could do it without a portal, right? Just, like, push this in place. This is a... No, that's... You can change where the laser is, I'm stupid. That's a variable laser position. It's even easier to do it like this, dipshit. I miss the nodes. Yeah, there's not as many. But it is fun just kind of replaying. But it's like, I wish... There are some times where it's like, oh, you know, the turret wife serenade, I wish there had been a node talking about that. Like, even if they didn't have anything, like, super interesting or compelling to say, I would have appreciated a commentary note on that. Because, like, what's happening there? Or, like, even just, you know, who had the idea to do that? How did that particular bit come about? There must be a story behind that.
It doesn't say what the prize was for. Well, I know it wasn't for being immune to neurotoxin.
Is this another Wheatley sighting room? I want to get up in that little crevasse there. Anyone else want to get up in that crevasse? I don't think there's anywhere to momentum fling myself, though. Go in, grab it. I see. Yeah, I see. So, I think, don't you just... Couldn't you do this? Why do I feel like that's not the solution I usually use on this level? But, like, it works? Huh. Hold on, I want to look at that little nook up there. It does have stairs. Is there a way to get up there? Oh, there's a bridge. You can just use the bridge. Hold on. Let's not, like, cheese our way through everything in the game. Squeeze through. It's like the same, it's like, dude, you did this print already. Oh, the coffee cups. Oh, nice. Oh. Oh my god. I wonder what that is. That's another spectroscopic image. Anyone got, like, a link to the image that this creates? That's really cool, actually. The bell invites. Hear the turret, for it is knell that summons to heaven or to hell. A chill! Jesus Christ. Let me just look it up. Portal to spectrogram... Sorry, I keep saying spectroscopic image. I don't think that's a thing. Maybe it is. Commentary node. Oh. I think I found it. There's a hole in the sky through which I can fly, is what it looks like, which maybe is just another hint to the end of the game. That's neat. Yeah, I never knew about that. That's so cool and creepy and weird. Chatter who got scared when they played this as a kid, how would that make you feel as a kid, huh? How did he say that? What a bizarre thing for him to say. Okay. Now let's solve the test proper. Maybe this is the way you're supposed to do it. I don't know, a lot of these tests have multiple solutions. Oh, but, right, it needs to hit this button too, doesn't it, for something else, to, like, open the door, right. Oops. That's easy enough. What Got stuck on some physics objects. So you need to put it here, and then make it fall onto the button. That was the wrong image? Oh, maybe, okay. I wonder.
I bet you think I forgot about your surprise. I didn't. In fact, we're headed to your surprise right now. After all these years, I'm getting choked up just thinking about it.
The sound in that node was a slow scan TV signal which produces an actual image. Oh. Well, it's like when I look up Portal 2 spectrogram commentary node, I get a bunch of pictures of that node we just looked at, and then a bunch of pictures of what we just saw. Oh, is it this? Oh. It might be this. Portal 2 announcement ARG. I thought that was the iFunny tag at the bottom. Let me just make sure that, hold on. Do they have... Yeah, and it's a few different things. Let me just save a couple images here. Okay, so Portal 2 announcement ARG, definitely an ARG. Created by people working on Portal 2, intended for enthusiastic superfans, me. Budget of less than $100. Portal updated to include radios broadcasting mysterious SSTV images. Certain images contain pieces of an MD5 hash of a phone number. Phone number led to an old-fashioned BBS. BB5, I don't know exactly what that is. BBL? Estimated time to solve, 7 hours. Actual time to solve, 7 hours, 16 minutes. I want actual time to solve. Is that like the actual amount of time people took to figure it out when the game released? Portal 2 SSTV images. Analog format used in ham radio. So this is like, we're reading the developer commentary through this, which is awesome. Analog format used in ham radio. Watching video of ISS SSTV International Space Station with SSTV software running. Sound from laptop speakers unexpectedly picked up by microphone. Peculiar squeaking and beeping degrades in visually interesting ways. Photos of Valve whiteboards, equipment, and anything science-related lying around. Finding radios in Portal made for fun metagame everyone could join in. And then let's get the third one. There's one more. Aperture Laboratories BBS. Single analog phone line in a designer's kitchen. Phone systems in Valve Office, too modern. That's funny. Old PC running Linux attached to a 2400 BPS modem from 1987 via USB to serial adapter. I didn't know some of this shit, man. Something to... And Getty... I don't know that word. To handle calls... Maybe ready? Custom PHP script looping through plot fragments and homemade ANSI art conversions of Portal 2 artwork. ANSI art, not ASCII. Transmitted about 20 megabytes of data in total. Phone line constantly engaged. Several spare modems in case one died. None did. SSH backdoor for updates and monitoring. Possible to watch exactly what people were seeing as they dialed in. Combined might of internets is terrifying. That's awesome. Getty, it's software. That's so cool. They must have had the nerds who made that ARG must have had so much fun doing it. Like, can you imagine? That's really, really cool. Okay, sorry, I'm just cleaning up my OBS here. That's sick. I had no idea about that commentary node. I think I had seen that image, like that first one of those images before.
Initiating surprise in 3,
but
2,
I never knew where it came from.
I made it all up.
Yeah, I guess she does say I made it all up,
Surprise.
so. it's definitely possible that she's your mom.
Come on. If it makes you feel any better, they abandoned you at birth. So I very seriously doubt they'd even want to see you.
God, GLaDOS, this chamber looks great. Did you get some work done? Okay, I'm actually gonna need to like remind myself how to do this. This is crazy. It's like a whole ass test. Yeah, that'll drop that onto the faith plate. Oh right, and they bonk into each other and you need to like separate them with a light bridge. It's good that they added a native zoom function to this game too. I think it's not necessary to have both cubes, but having both of them is funny. The zoom really helps for some of these bigger... The sense of scale in this game is just a lot greater than it was in Portal 1. So it makes sense that they would add a zoom, especially for the later parts of the game, where there's some pretty crazy stuff you gotta do in terms of shooting a tiny portal surface really far away from you. No, maybe you do need the 2 cubes for this.
I feel awful about that surprise. Tell you what, let's give your parents a call right now.
The birth parents you are trying to reach do not love you. Please hang up.
That's just like pitched down
but impressive.
Ellen
Maybe
McLean
they worked
voice.
at the phone company.
Ah. Yeah, Chell does have a slightly, like, Asian look to her, whereas Caroline and Cave were very white. Whoa. There's a little break to give you a little bit of Roach dialogue. Brush the mic with your whiskers, Roach. Yes. What you're hearing right now is his ears.
Maybe your prejudiced worksite should have
Hello,
accommodated
little
an
buggy.
animal of my size.
Hello.
Thanks for the hate crime, Jer. See you in court, mate.
Cute
anyway,
Roach.
Look, just hang in there for 5 more
Fucking
chambers.
Jerry. Listening and learning.
Well, you know the old formula.
Yeah, I don't know exactly how, like, recessive genes work, but yeah, it is kind of like her appearance. Chell doesn't look a whole lot like the combination of Cave and Caroline's genes, but it is possible that there's something going on there. I don't know. It doesn't add much to the story for Chell to be the daughter of Caroline and Cave. It just would be funny that all their names start with a C, like they're psychopaths. Alright, this. Ow. Never mind. Oh shit. Oh no, that's fine. I remember this one. Your job is just to collect a bunch of these cubes and then use them at the end of the chamber. It's relatively easy. Lots of fun flinging in this game, which I like. I think this one wants to be up here anyway, so let's just leave it up there. It's sad that she doesn't go, vital, testing, testing apparatus destroyed. She doesn't say that anymore. She doesn't give a shit. She's too pissed off at you to say vital testing apparatus destroyed. Oh, I should have brought my cube with me. This is so embarrassing. Okay, now we just gotta line them all up. I'm really excited for some of the, like, Wheatley tests, because I just remember those being, the most challenging ones, I guess. Did the cube come with? The cube did not come with. I didn't grab it in time. You can do some pretty nifty stuff where you, like, get hit by the faith plate, go flying up into the air with the cube, let go of the cube, and shoot a portal. and then grab the cube again and then go through the portal with it. Yeah, that always feels so cool. Totally unnecessary, but cool. And I'm sure that's another repeat from like 2017. Oh, I think we can just... I've slightly overcomplicated it. Ow! Boom, boom, boom. Okay. Or turrets.
I thought about our dilemma, and I came up with a solution that I honestly think works out best for one of both of us.
One of both of us. Alright, I'm gonna be done pretty soon here, I think. I gotta go touch a bug. Let's just say. I'm gonna be touching a roach.
Federal regulations require me to warn you that this
And we'll
next
pick this
test
up another
chamber
time.
is looking pretty.
Oh yeah.
That's right. The facility is completely operational again.
Good job. It always brings me great joy to solve this puzzle before you actually place any portals. And then just place one portal. In fact, did we ever get an answer on this? I feel like I asked this ages ago. But the music changes depending on the order that you light up these nodes in. I'm just gonna call them nodes because I love saying node. But if you do all three of them at once, I wonder how the system handles that. Because surely it's instantaneous. Look at all those companion cubes. Isn't this a... Can't you get a Wheatley sighting here too? Yeah, maybe I'm nuts. Love the sound of that. And it like travels through portals too. Portal 2! You can portal bump in this room? Really? I wonder like where, like up here? Ow. I'm so stupid. I don't know, I'm not familiar with like portal bumping in this game, honestly. I kind of thought it wasn't a thing anymore, or
I think these test chambers
wasn't
look
used.
even better than they did before. It was easy, really. You just have to look at things objectively, see what you don't need anymore, and trim out the fat.
At a certain point in the story of this game, it's like GLaDOS discovers the co-op bots, right? I love the way the co-op is worked into the actual story of this game. Like there's a slight crossover.
Tragic surprise.
And I wonder if that's what she's mentioning here, is she's like, oh, I don't need you anymore.
With tragic consequences.
Okay, here's where Wheatley saves you.
Confetti this time. The good stuff. Our last bag. Part of me's going to miss it. But at the end of the day, it was just taking up space.
Space. Space foreshadowing. Yo, what the hell? I thought, is there like a loading zone that happens or something like appears? Because I thought you like disappear behind this, like this panel opens up and Wheatley saves you. I guess it just loads in a bunch of stuff at that moment, or like you go through a world portal. Oh, what? There's like a second copy of it. Well, we'll see how that works. Maybe that commentary node will elucidate that. But I think once you hit that button, then Wheatley comes out.
What's going on? Who turned off the lights?
And I wonder, I assume... Oh, no, it's over here. Okay, did we swap over? We swapped over. It was just like an invisible change. That's cool.
The breakout sequence here was originally a lot longer, involving Wheatley talking to you in a horrible American accent, assuming GLaDOS can't hear him. Simultaneously,
such a cool
we have
segment.
GLaDOS commenting on the entire ridiculous exchange because, of course, she can hear him. When we playtested the concept, every player made a beeline for the opening, so we either had to ditch all the dialogue or figure out a reason for the player to stand around for 5 minutes, even though they could escape at any time. We ditched the dialogue.
Doesn't he say the, like, American, I'm speaking in an accent that's outside her range of hearing?
The irony is you were almost at the last test.
He does say that, right? It's just, oh, is this the deer door?
Trust me, it's an easier way out than whatever
The heart.
asinine plan your friend came.
Wait, where are you going? Where are you going?
Oh, look. There's
Can
a
I
deer.
take that cube?
You probably can't see it.
Oh no, I fell for it already. No! I can still escape, I can still win. Oh my god, piss filter on everything. Yeah, that's crazy how they just warped me. It was like when the lights shut off, the room just changed into a different room seamlessly, which I've surely never noticed happening. That's really cool. I'm kind of shocked the commentary node didn't even talk about it.
Our last bag.
So, like, let's see if we can see it happening.
At the end of the day, it was
The portals disappeared, and the commentary node showed up.
Hey, buddy, I'm speaking in an accent that is beyond her range of hearing.
That's so cool. What a neat little trick.
Run! I don't need to do the voice. Run!
I don't need to do the voice. Run! Stephen Merchant talking to the Valve employees.
Okay, quick recap. We are escaping. Alright, that's what's happening now. We're escaping.
Alright, well, we can actually have this exciting little sequence as it's supposed to be experienced.
We're gonna shut down her turret production line, alright? Turn off her neurotoxin and then confront her.
That is indeed what happens.
Run! Come on, come on!
The irony is you were almost at the last test. Here it is. Why don't you just do it? Trust me, it's an easier way out.
It's so easy.
Asinine plan your friend came up with.
What a good test.
Come, how stupid does she think we are?
We... Oh, goodbye. Wow, 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 wow. What? I love all this detour stuff too. The turret production line. It's such a cool look into like how the facility works. I have at least tried.
You're okay? Great, come on.
There's some lines that I'm actually really glad to have the subtitles on for, because I never really like heard him properly over the, you know, gunfire. If I can like go in that room. What's in here? Nothing? Seems like there's probably no way to access it. I wonder if there's an invisible wall. Oh. Oh, I died instantly. Oops. Kill.
Can you get her? I heard gunfire. It's a bit like this, but look out for gunfire. Probably doesn't help at this point.
Here's where some of the like player training pays off too for earlier in the game where they were like trying to teach you to shoot portals through tiny little crevasses.
Go, 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 go.
Sorry, I'm not a commentary node. Oh yeah, this part is crazy. She just tries to like move an entire test chamber to crush you. It's so fun how like that's genuinely a really tense sequence. You can feel GLaDOS' rage smashing these together even though you've already escaped. Cool bit. Whoa. That's how you clip out of bounds. Gotta go through a level transition while on the precipice of a... No, okay. Alright, Chapter 5, perfect place to stop. Next time I pick this back up, we will do more of the escape. This has been fun, but it's not, it's not quite as dense with commentary. I'm sure there'll be plenty of stuff in the later sections. Like, when we get to the fall, I'm sure then it's going to start to kind of go nuts a little bit more. But it's still been fun just replaying Portal 2. It's a great game. I hope you learned something. I know I did today. Several things. But we're going to go for now. And see if maybe anybody is live. Shrimps are always live. Simple Flips. He's playing Mario 64. Guys, did Simple Flips ever play Mussolina? He said he was gonna. But I don't think he did. And it's not a huge deal. It's like, of all the people, Simple Flips is not necessarily the one that I would want to see play Mussolina. But it's just a shame. It's just like, oh man, we were so close, Mosa bros, to seeing someone play it. Oh well. He still plans to? Maybe. Alright, well, it was a fun time. Sorry, rather abrupt cutoff. I really have to pee, and I gotta go touch a bug. So I will see you all later. I hope you had a good time, and we'll do this again soon. I love you.